A very good evening and a very warm welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Savindra Javardhana. Let's look at the top stories for the day. All the substandard coconut oil consignments will be re-exported, government assures. Inland Revenue Department received dishonored checks worth 240 million rupees, COPA reveals. News in detail. Government today assures that all substandard coconut oil consignments which were imported to Sri Lanka will be re-exported back to the places where they were shipped. Trade Minister Bandula Gunawardena, who was flanked by all his department and institute heads at a media briefing today, assured that these controversial oil stocks has yet not been released to the public consumption. Several parties recently revealed that 13 containers containing 183,000 kilograms of unrefined coconut oil had been cleared by the Food Safety Unit of the Ministry of Health, which confirmed the presence of the potent carcinogen aflatoxin. However, Director General of Customs Major General Vijitha Ravipriya stated that until the quality inspection reports were received, the containers were released only to the warehouses of the companies. Against such a backdrop, the Sri Lanka Standards Institution conducted a second test on unrefined coconut oil samples following appeals from the companies. Sri Lanka has for the second time confirmed that the unrefined oils imported by Ali Brothers Private Limited, Edurisinga Edible Oils and Katana refineries contain a high percentage of the powerful carcinogen aflatoxin, in which the relevant companies will have to re-export the oil. State Minister Lasantha Aligiyawanna, who also joined the media briefing, said that the Consumer Affairs Authority has already collected at least 5 coconut oil samples from each and every district in the country. The State Minister added that those samples will be tested at laboratories to see the quality of coconut oil which is being used all over the island.
When we get the notification online, first of all, we check for documents, whether they are correct or not, and if everything is okay, we liaise with the customs and then with the importer, and then we go and collect the first sample from the port or from RCT. So SLSI have a 24-hour operating branch in RCT. So when we go, our sample officers go and collect samples, and then there we bring that to our sample room at SLSI. So from sample room, we give a code to that. And we give this, there's no names or nothing goes to the lab. So with that code, we send samples to the lab. So once the lab finish testing, the test report comes back to Quality Assurance Division. And they decode the name, and then if they are pass the first time, we give a recommendation to customs that to be released to the consumers.
As at 31st December 2020, the Inland Revenue Department has received 6,878 dishonored checks valued at 240 million rupees. It was revealed at the Committee on Public Accounts held in Parliament premises recently. The committee informed the officials of the Inland Revenue Department to take action to recover the money expeditiously. It was also revealed at the meeting that a case has been filed in the Colombo High Court regarding the recovery of 2,670 billion rupees in arrears of tax on the casino business. The Committee on Public Accounts has notified the Ministry of Finance to expedite the implementation of the Revenue Administration Management Information System under the Department of Inland Revenue in collaboration with relevant stakeholders. Arrangements are being made to include 29 institutions in the database of Revenue Administration Management. It was revealed at the committee meeting that 6 of these institutions have already joined this system, while by the 31st of December this year, 6 more institutions will be included in the Revenue Administration Management database. The committee also noted that the Central Bank of Sri Lanka should provide the guidelines requested for the inclusion of banks to the revenue administration management databases in the country. Officials of the Ministry of Finance, Inland Revenue Department, National Audit Office, Treasury and other institutions included in system participated in the committee. Minister of Lands S.M. Chandrasena stated that a new mobile service binding modern technology will be launched throughout Sri Lanka to expedite and streamline land surveying. He said so while responding to a motion by members of the Parliamentary Consultative Committee on Lands which held in parliamentary premises recently. Members of the Consultative Committee suggested that the land surveying process was being carried out in a very slow manner and therefore an effective program was needed and that it would be appropriate to bring a mobile service across Sri Lanka as soon as possible. Officials who were present at the meeting also said that the BIM Savia lands should be surveyed accurately and deeds should be issued soon. They also pointed out that people in this area is having problems in land surveying for bank loans from about 15 to 20 years. It was also proposed to issue deeds to other religious places such as temples without deeds. In particular, there are about 325 temples without proper deeds for their lands, while the officials also addressed a number of land issues in the Kilinochchi area. Attention was also given to reduction of fees charged for land surveying and the issues to be accepted by the government agencies in the measurement of private surveys were taken into consideration. Stay tuned for more news right after this break.
මේකටත් තියෙනවා 500.
පහෙන් හතරක් මැදිලා.
මටත් දිනුමක් තියෙනවා.
ඒ හැම එකටම දිනුමක්.
සුපිරි වාසනා සම්පත, ජාතික සම්පත, දරුදිරි සම්පත, දිනුම් අවස්ථා වැඩි කළා. ජාතික ලුතරයි මණ්ඩලය.
Welcome back after the break. All schools that were closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic were reopened today except for the schools under Jaffna Zonal Education Office. Northern Provincial Health Director A.K. Dishwaran said that all schools under the Jaffna Zonal Education Office will be closed for a week, and it is further reported that this decision was taken considering the risk of the spread of COVID-19 virus in Jaffna. The Minister of Education, Professor G.L. Pires, pointed out that steps have been taken to conduct classroom activities in schools under proper health guidelines and that the parents should take steps to send their children to school without any fear. The Minister of Education recently issued a special circular to open schools which can accommodate up to 15 students in one classroom. According to a circular issued by the Education Ministry, classes between 16 and 30 students should be divided into two groups except for 1 week, and 30 students should be divided into 3 groups to conduct the classes as usual. Meanwhile, the Catholic Church in Colombo has decided to open all private and international schools in the Western Province on the 5th of April. The parliamentary subcommittee appointed to formulate an appropriate methodology in order to include law as a subject in school curriculum has decided to submit its report to Parliament within 2 months. The subcommittee took this decision at its first committee sitting held in the parliamentary premises recently. State Minister for Education Reforms, Promotion of Open Universities and Distance Learning, Susil Premajayanta, was appointed as his chairperson of the committee. The Minister of Education and the Minister of Justice jointly appointed this subcommittee to formulate an appropriate methodology for including law subject in the school curriculum. Accordingly, at the first meeting, it was decided to prepare a methodology to solicit the views of the public on implementing the new idea. It was also decided not to introduce laws as a separate subject but to include it systematically to the curriculum and also to explore the experience of the other countries having in educating law to the school children.
ජාතික අධ්‍යාපන කොමිසම අධ්‍යාපන අමාත්‍යාංශය මේ ඔක්කොම එකතු වෙලා ඒ දරුවන්ට දරන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රමාණයට අලුත් විෂයක් හැටියට අපි විෂය බර පටවන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් තියෙන හර විෂයන් තියෙනවා. ඒ විෂයන් වලට අතර ඒ විෂයන් එක්ක අපිට යන්න පුළුවන් කරුණු තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේ ක්‍රමානුකූලව මේක එතෙන්ට යන එක. ඉතින් මූලික වශයෙන් අපි තේරුම් ගන්න තියෙන්නේ මේ කමිටුව විසින් අපි මේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ රැස් වෙන්නේ ඒ සඳහා අවශ්‍ය පහසුකම් ටික පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ සැපයනවා විවිධ ආයතන මාර්ගයෙන්. එතකොට ඒ අනුව අපි මාස දෙකක් තුළ මේ නිර්දේශ දුන්නාම ඒක පුළුවන් අපිට අදාළ අංශ වලට යොමු කරලා ඒක අපිට ගැළපෙන ආකාරයට සකස් කරගන්න. අපි මට පැහැදිලිවම කියන්න තියෙන්නේ මේ නීතිය පාසලේ විෂයක් එක්ක උගන්වීමක් නෙවෙයි මම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ මේ පිළිබඳව දැනුවත් කිරීම ඒ වයස් කාණ්ඩ මට්ටමේ අවශ්‍ය ප්‍රමාණයට. ඒක තමයි මෙහිම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. ඒක එහෙම කිරීම මම හිතනවා රටේ සෑම පුරවැසියෙකුටම වැදගත් කියලා.
In the meantime, the Suez Canal authorities said in a statement that the blocked ship has successfully taken away. The giant container ship blocking the Suez Canal was partially refloated early today, days after the vessel got stuck and brought a vital global trade route to a standstill. Efforts to free the mega vessel have lasted for nearly a week. The ship became stuck last Tuesday after running around while entering the Suez Canal from the Red Sea. The ship completely blocked the canal that's home to as much as 12% of the world's seaborne trade and caused a traffic jam with hundreds of ships waiting to enter the Suez. CEO of the Colombo Shipping Academy, Rohan Mascoral, said that an increase in cargo prices is inevitable in the future due to the obstruction of the Suez Canal and that this could have an impact on Sri Lanka's fruit and fish exports to Europe, US and other regions. It is said that due to the current situation, there will be a problem with the shipping of crude oil, and the blockade of Suez has caused the price of crude oil to increase by 4% in the international market, while the Minister of Energy, Uday Gammampille, asserts that the Suez Canal traffic jam will not affect Sri Lanka's fuel supply. The minister further said even though the global economy has been affected as the ship has gotten stuck in the Suez Canal for nearly 5 days, Sri Lanka has stocks of fuel for a period of 14 days and in the future. Stock updates will be brought to you after this break.
Disney Randana මිහිසාර එක්කලා සුවඳින් විහිදනා යුවතී ඔබ තමා 178ක් TFM පිරුණු කොස්මෝ හිබිස්කස් මොයිස්චරයිසින් සබන් පැහැකාරී නුඹයි.
Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 30.30 points to close at 7,127.69 and the S&P SL 20 gained 17.48 points to close at 2,884.14. The turnover was 2.1 billion rupees and over 58 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Until then, take care and good night.